Well, it ain't the South Pole, but tonight's cold temperatures didn't stop people from gathering for the annual trellis lighting at Christopher Columbus Park in Boston. The trellis was lit up tonight with more than 50,000 sparkling blue lights. Looks beautiful. Chief Meteorologist Pete Bouchard is back with us on what is turning out to be a rather wet forecast for the holiday week, Pete.
Yeah, looks, Glenn, all around. I mean, start to finish, that day is looking wet. In some cases, it may have some snow, too. 2 storms, we talked about that. The delays ahead coming up for Thanksgiving are significant. There might be some at the airport, although we know Logan is great with that. They can plow right through, not the rain, but plow right through all the tasks they have on hand and all the flights. But other airports, we know, can delay the flights. And cold weekend forecast, too. That cold comes in right behind this next weather system on Thursday. And, man, it sharpens as we go through the weekend. Now, this next storm system is not looking like a big deal at all. It starts a little after 9 or maybe a couple of sprinkles by 9 o'clock. But it skips over that early morning ride. And also the evening drive looks okay. It's just during the brunt of the midday that the storm hits. And how much water could we see? In some cases, 2/10, 3/10. It's not a huge dousing, but it helps chip away at the drought. Most of the steady rain and the heaviest rain will be through the Merrimack Valley, southern New Hampshire, northern Mass. We're not seeing much through Plymouth or Hyannis. Frank's not going to be all that wet in Plymouth at 53 and about 49 in Natick, 43 in Lowell. And our temperature about 50 in Boston. So we do sneak up there, just weasel into that 50-degree range. And then close to it on Wednesday, that's the day everybody's going to rush to get the groceries, right? Oh, everything's going to be mobbed. The roads will be very busy, too, on this very busy travel day. That's often forgotten. Thursday itself, wind, rain. Friday, drying out. Black Friday, about 46 degrees. Let's go through the timeline on this storm system. Not coming in Wednesday night, coming in early on Thursday. Here it moves in, and you can see the snow starts to establish in western Mass. Tough ride beyond Amherst all the way to Stockbridge, and then Worcester's looking wet. But we may see some snow mix in through greater Worcester briefly during the storm. It looks like as the storm intensifies, some of that colder air is dragged down right down 190 and into the city of Worcester, and it's also hugging out of Route 2. But we stay all wet in Boston, Lawrence, and all points in between, the South Shore, the North Shore, Metro West, out 495. But there may be a little mix here, brief through Windham or Windham. You tell me. Anyway, back into Clinton. That's a touchy subject. I shouldn't have brought that up. Worcester and Holden, too. And then north of Holden up towards Gardner is where we see our few inches of snow. Jaffrey, Keene, Richmond, New Hampshire, too. So traveling through New York City and down through D.C., upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Cold in the plains, dry through Denver. Are you going to Phoenix? Turkey's good in Brownsville, too, at 85, and even better in Miami at 83, I've heard. Now, the cold that comes in at the end of the week and towards the weekend is significant. This is December-like cold. We're not used to this in New England. I mean, we've been really on good graces with the temperatures here over the last couple of months, but 5 to 10 degrees below normal. Normal high would be in the 40s, upper 40s, mid 40s. So that brings us just above freezing back into the 30s for the holiday weekend. Starting on Sunday, going into next week. This has legs, Glenn. It'll go through next week, but it keeps us dry, keeps the storms away.
All right, Pete, thank you. With rain on the way, a reminder to download our NBC 10 Boston app and visit the weather section. You could set up weather alerts for important updates on the go and personalize the forecast for where you live.